What is up, everybody? Welcome to today's episode of Unhinged and Undocumented. I am the big man Jimbo coming at you with the twin magic power, Cody and Rafe.
Hey-o.
And of course, with our resident undocumented man himself, Cruz Corpus, who is on the mic with us today.
Hello, everybody.
No government names.
Cruz is experiencing some technical difficulties today, but we'll hope to have him back next week.
Why would you give them the undocumented one's actual name?
Well, I mean,
And solid start.
Absolutely. Well, guys, let's jump right into it. We got a whole host of things to talk about today. So we're gonna kick off today's episode talking with some WWE talk. Guys, there has been a lot going on in WWE. Cruz, I want you to kick us off, man. What you got?
Oh boy, has there. Well, really quick, let's step back a little bit and let's go over what happened at King and Queen of the Ring, of course, taking place in Saudi Arabia this past weekend. Very, very good PLE overall, I'd say.
Probably one of my favorites as of recent.
Right. Of course, we kicked off the night with Liv Morgan in a shocking victory over Becky Lynch to win the women's world title. But with some interesting help.
Very interesting.
Very. Definitely opening up the storyline.
Oh, mommy's gonna be mad.
Of course, viewers, if you don't know what we're talking about, Dirty Dom himself got involved in the match.
Yes, he did.
Distracted Becky. Of course, Liv got the win after that. So, gentlemen, thoughts?
Let's go. Look, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I know we all love the man, but I was pulling for Liv Morgan.
So was I. I think Becky needs time off anyway.
Yeah. No, for sure. I was pulling for Liv too. Hopefully this run is a little bit better than her last run.
This is gonna push her versus Rhea a hell of a lot more.
I definitely feel so. Cruz,
and it's gonna set Rhea to come back as more of a face than a heel.
Oh man, that babyface Rhea is about to feed everybody for years.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note, Cruz, I was actually reading me and Megan were actually reading the other day. We were looking and seeing that Becky Lynch's contract is set to expire with WWE.
Yes, actually, it has. As of today, she is officially a free agent.
Do you think that had something to do with her losing the title at King of the Ring?
No, I know for a while she's been talking about wanting to take time off to be, to spend more time with her daughter, since her and Rollins have both been on the road, and now with Rollins out with his injury and recuperating, this I feel would be a perfect opportunity for Becky to take time off, spend time with Rollins and her child, and then kind of sort everything out. And when they both come back, it's going to be that pop is going to be huge, and I'm very, very excited to see where they go.
Okay. I saw a post earlier, I think earlier today actually. There was a guy talking about it, and he said that, mind you, I don't see this happening personally, but he was thinking that she may eventually, like when she comes back, she would go to AEW instead of renewing with WWE, but I don't see that happening personally.
I think she's a company person. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, I think she might be a lifer, WWE lifer, especially again with Rollins still being with the company. I think she might stick around with them for a while. If anything, I figure a return date for both, if anything. If not just Becky. Maybe Survivor Series later this year, or maybe sometime between the Rumble and WrestleMania next year.
That would definitely for me, Royal Rumble. We all love not guest appearances, but we all love it when superstars come back during the Rumble. I think it would be super, super awesome to see Seth Rollins back at the Royal Rumble.
And have him win, too. Let him come back and win.
I'd be sick.
Honestly, if Seth Rollins were to come back at the Royal Rumble, I would definitely want to see him get the W. Granted that Cody Rhodes still is the title holder at the time, I would love to see them have it out for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, that would be really great to see him renew that rivalry, especially now with the title on the line.
How long do you guys think that they let Cody Rhodes keep it?
Considering they're basically making him the face of the company right now, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah,
by the
probably for
way,
a good while.
So,
I would
speaking of Cody
definitely-
Rhodes,
I would definitely see it to WrestleMania next year, if not a little bit after WrestleMania.
Hey, yeah.
so
Then
when I was
then
in
he'd drop
Mexico,
it.
that's one of the guys that was like doing the shuttles and stuff. He was like, Cody, and I said yes, and he goes like Cody Rhodes, and I was like, what? I didn't hear what he said at first, and he goes, whoa. I was like, yes.
Oh no.
I love it.
If nothing else, it's very funny that that's what people associate Cody with, is the whoa for his entrance.
Right?
Oh,
I mean,
also,
it's an iconic whoa. I'll give him that.
something
I can't argue with it.
also pertaining to Cody Rhodes. I found out today that on May 22nd, Brandy Rhodes was actually diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis.
I did see that. I read that somewhere too.
She had surgery as well. But basically, they're saying is they had to take care of it quick, because if not, it could cause, number one, infertility, and number two, it could have caused death. But and then also on that note, back in February, I don't know if y'all remember this or not, if y'all heard about it, but Maurice actually had ovarian. They found 11 cysts on her ovaries.
Yes. I remember reading
that.
Yeah.
She okay now?
I don't know. I tried looking like further into it, but she really didn't disclose much. I guess that's like personal business, but
yeah.
I think I might have saw on Twitter that she posted that she was okay now. I'll probably look into it.
I think they did procedures and whatnot to clear that all up. Yeah. So, best prayer and wishes to both Brandy and Maurice and whatnot for speedy recoveries and whatnot. We don't wish death or infertility amongst anybody.
Oh, absolutely.
And also, in other news in WWE, we have a TNA champion challenging the NXT Women's Champion for
NXT cooked. That NXT episode cooked.
Yes, it did. It was amazing. And then on top of that, you have Ethan Page showing up from AEW.
Oh my god, the Ethan Page debut was crazy.
And then you have the announcer almost saying AEW on the announcement.
Oh yeah, because that was hilarious when he said that.
The Forbidden Door has been talked about so much over the years, and it has never been tampered with until now that Vince McMahon is no longer in control of the company. How exciting is it for that Forbidden Door to finally be opened?
It's
I'm gonna come.
It's definitely something amazing, especially for a company like WWE, because they haven't really worked with a lot of companies. Specifically, they haven't done this since maybe back in the early days of the new gen, when they worked with like AAA and some of the other promotions from Japan back in the day. But to work with a company like TNA, and this is one that people have been wanting for a good while, for WWE and TNA to slowly possibly finally get that Forbidden Door open. And like you said, now with Vince gone and Triple H in charge, now we're starting to see it more. We saw it, a couple years ago with Mickie James, who was in WWE, but she came out as the TNA Knockouts champion. They even acknowledged
In the Rumble, correctly?
that she was the Knockouts champion in the Rumble. Yeah, in the Rumble. And then of course, they mentioned New Japan, and we got all the New Japan guys coming over. And again, like you mentioned, Jordan Grace, not only debuting or coming out on NXT this past week, again as Knockouts champion mentioned, but she also had a pretty good run in the Rumble this year.
Yes, she did.
So this will be very exciting where they go. And I know they've been talking about that this wouldn't be the last time that we see more TNA people coming in. We'll also see potentially some NXT names showing up on TNA. So I'm very excited to see where this partnership goes between
that's
them.
another thing too, is like it's with that, they also are kind of given the green light for ECW, and they even put ECW stuff in the WWE video game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they
And
just had the recent Legends.
with what's happening right now with Paul Heyman and the Bloodline and whatnot, it wouldn't surprise me if he just kind of went off until Roman came back and just kind of started building ECW back up.
Yeah, I'm very curious where the ECW thing is going to go, especially since it's going to be on Netflix. So I'm very curious, what they're gonna, how it's gonna work and everything like that. So
And it makes me wonder, considering that they got the Raw contract for Netflix as well. So it's like Raw and ECW or Netflix. Something's going on there. Like it's gonna be a WWE affiliate somehow. Like I don't.
Dude,
very, very, very exciting time in WWE right now.
I know y'all talk about like how fast Braun Breaker is, like on the ropes. Dude, I saw a video, I think yesterday. He moved the fucking ring.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's moved the ring a couple times. Yeah. Oh, it's scary.
Crazy scary.
He about murdered Ricochet on the last episode of Raw.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah. Oh, and he didn't leave any doubt with Ilya Dragunov either. That was a monster. Okay, so I don't know if y'all saw the videos or not, but they showed the crowd view from the perspective of Braun Breaker coming in from the crowd. Okay, I don't know if y'all saw this video.
I saw it.
They were talking about how agile he is and about how quick he is. So you see him moving slowly through the crowd, and then when Ricochet goes off the ropes, how fast he got from the crowd into the ring and speared Ricochet. Like
it was crazy.
He has got some crazy speed and agility.
Oh yeah.
Samantha's over there like.
Yeah, her reaction to Ricochet getting speared was priceless.
Yeah, that was.
It was pretty great. It was pretty great.
Like Cruz said, it's a very interesting time in WWE right now, and not only in WWE. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on everywhere else too. Like AEW's over here calling out WWE on certain shit, and it's like Tony Khan, like shut the fuck up, okay?
Let it go, man. Just let it go. Oh my god, dude. Well, live in your head rent free.
I mean, you got, like, I saw this promo earlier that I know it happened a while ago, but you got UFC fighters now calling other UFC fighters out on WWE.
I've seen that, yeah.
I think that this merger that they did with the whole TKO thing, I think it's going to be like pretty cool once they start like intertwining everything.
All right. Especially with NXT running Battleground and at their UFC arena. So.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty insane.
Yeah, so hopefully we see more stuff like this.
That should be good. I believe it's next Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, staying on topic, I want to stay with the King of the Ring and whatnot. We crowned a King and Queen of the Ring. Now, I know you guys saw, okay? I want to cover both matches, okay? But I want to talk about the women's match. I thought Jax damn near snapped Valkyria's back in half.
That's what I thought too.
God.
Did y'all see the angles that she landed that Oblivion?
Yeah.
That was scary. Oh my god, that was very
scary.
You
mean the Annihilator?
Yeah, the Annihilator. My bad. I don't know why the hell I
man. But yeah, I thought she was
different angles, and oh my god, the way she came down on her, I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god. I legitimately got scared. I was like, oh my god, this is it. I was like, no, not like this. I was like, don't let her go out like this. But
get the stick.
Thankfully, she's fine. But that was still very scary to watch.
And before, I'm sorry, but I just have to say, I know you're going to say who was the King of the Ring. I'm glad he won it. I think he's a crazy good up-and-coming star in WWE. But Randy's shoulders were not down.
It's actually interesting. You should talk about that because I actually did want to talk about that as well. Now, I know everybody was pulling for Randy Orton except for Rafe. My bad.
No, I was pulling for Orton. Don't get me wrong, but seeing Gunther win it, it was like, okay, they're pushing him more than just a mid card title.
Oh yeah,
I've been fine with either one winning, honestly.
But I just want to go on record saying that it was a very good match.
It was.
It wasn't just like Gunther dominated the whole match and beat Orton, or Randy just got beat around the whole match and landed an RKO and won. Yeah. It was a good back and forth match. It was a good technical. I don't particularly like Gunther as I can't say as a person. I don't know him, but I don't particularly like Gunther. But his wrestling is undeniable.
Yeah.
He's such a good technical wrestler, and from seeing wrestlers from all the way back from the Attitude Era before, all the way up till now and whatnot, you see wrestlers and you're just like you put them in like categories and whatnot. To me, Gunther is definitely in that category as one of the best technical wrestlers I've ever seen.
Wrestlers, yes. I don't like his character. I don't know what it is about it, but like you were saying, there's just something about him that, which honestly it's good because it means he's doing his job as a heel.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
there's a reason the dude was the longest reigning NXT UK champion for 800 plus days, and he was also the longest reigning Intercontinental champion. The dude knows how to work a match. He knows the psychology of the ring. He knows how to bring out the best in everybody that he's competed with. And obviously they weren't going to make it easy for him to try to win the finals. Randy was going to make him work for it, and he did. And Gunther pulled it off in the end.
Oh, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. And I'm not going to lie. I would have been psyched to see Randy Orton win because, he's never won the King of the Ring before. But at the same time, I was really pulling for Gunther to win that match because I honestly think that he's definitely got a really bright future in WWE, especially on the main card.
Absolutely.
I can foresee him carrying the company for at least another 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
And you can't sit here and tell me there's not going to be multiple title reigns while he's over the next 10 years for him.
And looking at it, I was kind of thinking about that too. We're talking about like world titles and stuff. So with Priest being the champ and him facing Drew at Clash at the Castle, I see a CM Punk interference happening. I see him interfering, costing Drew the match and setting up a match for SummerSlam.
Wait, between who? I'm sorry.
Between Drew and CM Punk.
No doubt. I feel that is definitely coming to a headway. I feel like they've greased the wheels and it has too much momentum for them not to do something with it. Cruz, do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. We've seen it build since, Punk came back, and then we had the situation at WrestleMania when he cost Drew the title. As soon as he won the title, attacked him, and Priest came out and cashed in on him. So clearly, it's been building since then. So it definitely needs. It definitely has that big fight deal for it. Maybe they settle it at SummerSlam. We'll see what happens. But I'm definitely excited for Drew and Punk to finally settle this.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that'll be a good match as well. Seeing Punk and okay, who the hell was that?
That was Jason. I kicked him.
I was wondering who that was. I was like, who's this?
You might want to put this channel to where we're the only ones that can get into it, Rafe.
Yeah, let me do that real quick. Hold up. We can edit this part out. Everybody just chill for a second.
Just chill for a sec. With that being said, I thought there was a really strong card aside from the women's match, the two King and Queen of the Ring matches. Okay. It's an unpopular opinion because I still to this day don't understand why nobody reveres him as a WWE superstar because let's face facts. Love him or hate him, he is a WWE superstar. The Cody Rhodes Logan Paul match.
Ooh, that was actually pretty
That
good
was
one.
a great
That was
match.
actually a really good
That
one.
was an entertaining match, and I enjoyed it every second of it.
I can honestly say, I think
absolutely.
Logan Paul was really born for wrestling. I think he found his calling, to be honest.
Oh, I
Right.
agree. And it wasn't, and for me, when he first got introduced into the roster and whatnot, I was like, oh, great, they're bringing him on because, he's an entertainer. He knows how to talk. He knows how to work the camera and whatnot. But then you saw him start wrestling, and you saw his matches, and each match that went by, he got better and better and better to where he is now.
And he's not afraid of any spot at all.
No, he's not.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The dude's a freaking superstar.
He's
I
athletic
can't
as fuck.
stand him, but the dude's a superstar.
I will give him credit though. I will say I like him a lot better than his brother. His brother's a piece of shit.
I don't think anybody likes his brother.
No, you're right. Nobody.
The Mike Tyson.
Definitely nobody likes his brother.
Yes, it did. The Mike Tyson fight did get pushed back. I think it was because Tyson has an ulcer or something.
Something.
Yes.
Old
it was something
fucker.
like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's no joke. I mean, like, if an ulcer ruptures, it could technically kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I get why it had to be pushed back, but, I mean, was looking forward to it. I definitely think he would have knocked Jake Paul's ass out.
And it was free on Netflix.
For real, though.
Yeah, way to go, Netflix. Way to pull that one off.
Netflix is doing so much, bro. Like,
I mean, okay, we see you, Netflix, trying to become the next Disney, taking over everything.
Pretty much.
Not for real.
and now they're doing like all these live events. Like,
For real. I'm not technically sure if I can say that, mixing those two names in there. So if I'm not able to, please don't cancel us. Hey, if anything, it's free publicity for them, right?
Facts.
As if they need it, though. Aside from those, did anybody have anything else from the King of the Ring event in Jeddah that stood out to y'all?
Honestly, I'm not really a big fan of the whole Jade Cargill Bianca Belair thing. It makes sense to me. It does, but at the same time,
both look like dudes.
well, no, they're just both powerhouses in WWE.
Yeah,
so it's like and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a fan of them, but their tag team finisher was pretty fucking cool.
It really was.
I'm gonna let y'all talk about this because one, Jade Cargill's a man. You're not gonna tell me there's not a wiener between those legs. And two, Cruz knows how I feel about Bianca Belair. So y'all go ahead.
That's all you, Cruz.
I genuinely enjoyed the tag team, and you know what? I'll admit it. I was wrong about them. Giving Jade the title so quickly, and since she's only been there for a short time now, but I feel like this could benefit her because now we get to see what it's like with her being a champion. And now, granted, she is a tag team champion, but at least we can see how she will carry herself as a champion now, and then that way it builds her up to potentially down the line finally win the big one, and then kind of take off from there. So I'm curious where they go with this little team up between them, and who knows, maybe one day we'll get to see Bianca and Jade 1-on-1.
I think it'll happen. One's gonna turn on the other when they lose. But another thing with the tag team division is the tag team champs, the Awesome Truth. I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but the ice cream truck skit.
Comedy gold from them.
I've got to say that is the best tag team I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
They feed off each other so well.
Yeah,
they really do.
Better than RK, bro.
This is a household that loves the Awesome Truth.
Yeah.
We love the Awesome Truth. We love our Truth's old ass. I hated the Miz since he was a young, just a show host in WWE.
A young whippersnapper.
Yeah, dude's a great technical wrestler. Never puts people in a bad situation. He's only been hurt like maybe 1 or 2 times, but they feed off each other so well. It's a perfect
He's been
match.
so consistent.
Well, that's the thing with the Miz too, though, is his wrestling is so good that he doesn't have to do all those flashy moves. He just sells everything so perfectly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Nobody can sell a stunner like Austin Theory.
I don't know. The Rock sold it pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know.
If we're gonna talk about people selling the Stone Cold Center, we gotta talk about the late great Scott Hall, man, flying up like 5 feet into the air, bro. That dude got some air after that one.
Hell yes, he did. Gotta love it though. Oh man.
I mean, other than that, there's not really much else going on in WWE that like main storyline, I guess, besides the whole Tongaloa bullshit.
I was just about to say, let's fast forward now to this past Monday and Friday night. Cruz, did anything stand out to you on Monday?
On Monday, let me see what we got here. Probably the Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre getting into it. That was very entertaining to watch.
Oh, you know what stood out to me on Monday? Liv Morgan kissing Dom.
Oh no!
My goodness!
Hold your mouth out.
Oh my goodness! I couldn't believe that either. Ooh.
Chemical peel.
That's just adding fuel to the fire right there.
Yeah.
Liv.
Oh my god, dude.
Liv really taking everything from from mommy now.
It's okay. She's not losing anything in that disgusting Mexican hillbilly.
Nia Jax absolutely crushing her opponent, literally.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she knocked the breath out of her.
Oh, absolutely.
All good stuff. All right. So, I don't know about y'all, but how y'all feel about this, but I feel like there's way more going on SmackDown right now than on Raw, story-wise.
I agree, besides the whole Judgment Day stuff.
Yeah, besides the whole Judgment Day turmoil, it's all coming to a head. It's all going to fall apart. But anyway, let's fast forward to Friday Night SmackDown. There was tons to talk about. And the thing I want to talk about the most is probably what I'm most excited about is L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Going after that U.S. title, baby.
Yes, him and Logan Paul getting it on for the U.S. title.
That's gonna be a good one. And this one's kind of been in the books for a hot minute.
The promos alone between them are gonna be absolute bangers. Both very, very good talkers on the mic. So I can't wait to see them build this up, and I can't wait to see this happen. Hopefully at SummerSlam. Hopefully it happens then. But this is gonna be so good to watch.
Yeah, I agree. I think that one's gonna be awesome, and also the ending of SmackDown with AJ Styles with the whole retirement.
Hold on. Cody, you got something to say?
Tell me if I'm wrong, but my comparison for LA Knight, at least right now, I would say he's almost like a modern day version, as far as promos go, of The Rock mixed with Stone Cold in one.
That's kind of who he models his character after, to be honest. I mean,
yeah, you're not wrong. He does have that natural charisma to just handle himself on the mic.
Did y'all see his little promo skit with Mello when Mello was like,
"Oh my god, yes."
he's like LA Knight. Whenever he meets LA Knight in the ring, he's like, "Oh really? I'm gonna meet myself. I'm looking in the mirror."
Right, let's go look in the mirror, son. I was like, oh,
got him with that one. Dude, you got him so good with
Earned
that
him.
I might have mixed emotions about this, but I don't. I think that they're moving Carmelo Hayes too fast.
I think so too. I
mean, they're putting him in situations with proven. And I'm not saying he's not proven. The dude was excellent in NXT and whatnot, but they're putting him in situations with proven top WWE superstars, and he's lost 2-3 matches back to back now.
I believe so. Yes.
I believe so. Yep.
I think they're pushing him way too hard, and I don't think it looks good.
No, honestly, it kind of reminds me of how they pushed Austin Theory his first go round.
Yeah.
And that just kind of, I don't know, it just didn't look good. And eventually he became the U.S. champ, so it worked out. But
yeah, clearly they can bounce back from that. But yeah, hopefully this doesn't, hopefully they don't push Melo too hard to where it just kind of it just completely kills his momentum and just kind of burns out from there. So you gotta let it build a little bit. So I'm curious.
So you don't think they're kind of pushing him too soon?
Yeah, agreed. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how I feel they should treat it right now? How they're treating Andrade.
Oh yes, for sure.
Yes.
I think they're doing really, really well with Andrade right now.
They're giving him like worthy opponents, but nothing like top star effective, so that he's not.
Anything like, title match, here you go, title match, and facing all the big stars.
I think
I like that slow build up.
Like it's looking.
Let the guy show you what he can do, and then go from there.
Yeah, it's looking right now like it's gonna be probably Andrade versus fucking homeboy over at with the
Santos Escobar.
Yeah, Santos Escobar.
Oh, that'd be a good one. I'd love to see that one.
But
yeah, no doubt. Now, Cody, you made reference to it, so I'm gonna let you take this one. The segment with AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes.
Oh man, that was
I think it's fair to say he had everyone fooled.
Most definitely. I was like, holy shit.
He had everyone fooled because he had actually been talking about it publicly for a while.
Yeah, 100%.
I thought he was retiring. 100%.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
I thought that speech was most definitely coming, and I was blindsided by it.
So you guys think he gets they're gonna give AJ like one more title run before he retire?
I don't see it happening, unfortunately. I think there's way too many other up and coming superstars, and just I don't know. Maybe a mid card, maybe, but I don't.
Probably. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. It'd be pretty
Honestly,
cool.
I can see it. Only for the reason because who do you have Cody Rhodes feuding with right now?
Yeah, that's true.
He had the thing with AJ Styles. Okay, they didn't after he lost AJ. They didn't cut it off. Okay, they had AJ constantly going to Nick Aldis, telling him, I just need, I came up short. I need another shot. They had the event over there for King of the Ring. Logan Paul lost, and it's clear that they're going to go in the direction with Logan and LA Knight. So, and then you had this attack by AJ on Cody Rhodes and whatnot. So, honestly, see them feuding for a couple more pay-per-views.
I could see it. They put on a hell of a match.
I did.
Something that's going on live right now. Sean Strickland just won the match by split decision, and he told everybody to leave Donald Trump the hell alone.
Oh my god!
Hell yeah! Leave our president alone.
Donald Trump's over there like.
Good stuff. Cruz, but so before we switch topics here and whatnot, Cruz, what are so I know that you saw that AJ and the OC were together in the ring, and the OC was keeping security out of the ring and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Do you think that they go on a push together, or do you think AJ goes after Cody on his own?
Oh, that'd be very interesting because I did wonder because he did, when he was giving the speech, when he called him out in the ring, he was like, if this is my last time, let's go out together, and they hit the two sweet together. So I'm very curious where this goes because for a while there he had kind of separated from them, and they were doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they went to NXT, tried to compete for the titles there, and Meechin's over there too. Competing for the or she's about to compete for the new women's North American title on NXT.
Yes,
And,
at
AJ and
Battleground.
Cody right now. But I'm very curious if Cody's going to try to reunite with Gallows and Anderson and try to get the numbers advantage on Cody, or if AJ's going to try to do this on his own.
So, and that's another thing too. It begs the question of, will Michin turn heel with them too, or is she gonna go with them too? I mean, it depends really, I guess.
So I haven't caught up lately. Did they ever figure out what they were doing with that whole like, you know, how they were doing like the Easter egg things for like the whole Bray Wyatt situation?
It's coming to a head. They're still
doing those, man.
Those things are getting longer though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed. They've gone from like little short, cutouts and whatnot to the one on Friday night was like a good 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm actually on the WWE's page right now, and it's got the blur and it's got a face in it, and it says hello.
Oh yeah.
So you think Bo Dallas is going to be like the head of all that?
Oh yeah.
I think he will be.
Yeah, he'll have some big part of it.
I'm still conflicted about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that they definitely have the superstars to make something, have great potential, make something great out of this and whatnot. But honestly, to me, I feel that without Bray Wyatt, you're missing a key component for it. So, I mean, I feel that it could work, but I feel like, again, like, you're missing the key component with Bray Wyatt because he was the face of that whole thing.
I think it could definitely work, like you said, but I think it's going to be more of, they're going to be more of on the entertainment side of things rather than, be champion on this and that and this and the other, I just don't see it being a championship worthy thing unless they can make a huge push, but
I see it being more of like a tribute thing.
Yeah.
I can see that. Definitely.
Even if they don't win any championships necessarily, I still feel like they could still have a big impact even without any titles, because there's been so many wrestlers that have come and gone that even without them winning any major title or anything like that, they still made an impact in the business. So I don't know. This is something that does have potential, but they really need to tread carefully with it and not, just let it fall apart right there, within the first couple of weeks or months or however long, this is going to go on.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so before we switch gears, I have just one more thing I want to talk about in regards to WWE. So we have finally got a chance to see Tonga and what's his brother's name again, Cruz?
Tonga and Tongaloa?
Yeah, and Tonga. We finally got a chance to see them both wrestle. Okay? So I think that Tama is definitely a good wrestler.
I agree.
I see why they refer to him as a rabid hyena. Dude's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then getting to see oh crap, why did I forget his name again?
Tongaloa.
Getting to see Tongaloa wrestle as well this past week. I think he's still kind of tight with it right now.
I agree.
I think he needs a little more matches to get loosened up and whatnot. But do we see a full head collision coming with them, Solo, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton at some point?
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, it feels like this is what they're building towards, at least for now. At least until, Roman comes back and we get...
I'm just trying to think of who would be the third to help. Maybe Jimmy comes back and helps against them?
Again, I could see against them, especially after Solo just completely annihilated him with his thumb.
I'm just trying to think of a third person that could, do like a 3-man tag team.
That's a good question.
Which is very good.
Because they haven't really introduced anybody else into that storyline yet. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that storyline is jocked full of potential and whatnot. So we have several months and several key pieces that will come into factor that will that will bring that train full circle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the bloodline though, like, is it now like they're not? Trying to figure out how to say this. They're not as over as they were with Roman Reigns.
oh no, not at all.
No. So when they were with Roman Reigns and whatnot, they were more revered as as the as the tribal chief and the tribal family and whatnot.
Right.
And now, like, I don't know if you guys saw the segment with Paul Heyman and
Yes.
Kevin Owens. They're more. I think he hit the nail right on the head. By the way, the Paulrus, one of the greatest talkers of all time. Love him to death.
When he hit KO with the mic.
Yeah. they're more like mercenaries and just ruthless thugs now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
they're basically just running roughshod and doing whatever they want now.
Yeah.
Now that they're kind of free from not having to help Roman, now they can do what they wanted to do.
Yeah. No doubt. Well, that's going to wrap it up on the wrestling talk. We're going to shift to basketball. And Cruz, I know that you're going to probably take a back seat a little bit here. If you got something to add, please chime in. But gentlemen, the local state team, the Dallas Mavericks,
in the finals,
in the
baby.
NBA finals. Let's go. They will be taking on the Boston Celtics, the juggernaut from the East.
And I can tell you, as you know, when I moved up here, I didn't think it was going to be as crazy as it is. There was lines around the corner at Dick's and Academy as soon as they won that last game in that series, trying to get their gear.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind the last time the Mavericks were in the finals was when Dirk was with them and they won the NBA championship.
Yep, and that was back in 2011 when they played the Heat and won in that series in a 4-2. That's when they had Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, JJ Barea, and current head coach Jason Kidd.
Right? That's crazy how that's come full circle, and Kidd is the coach now.
And another thing, so Luka is actually currently leading in almost every single category in this year's playoffs when it comes to points scored, rebounds, assists. And he was also the scoring leader this season. What was crazy is in this past game, he scored 20 points in the first quarter alone.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And I was expecting Minnesota to give them more of a challenge, especially with the way Anthony Edwards was playing. I'm going to go ahead and go on record and say it. I don't care what anybody says. Karl Anthony Towns, straight garbage.
I agree.
I think he's past his prime now.
I agree.
He's still a younger player, but he's too inconsistent. He reminds me too much of Dak Prescott. He can't get it done when it matters. So that's just me though. I was expecting more of a fight from Minnesota, but Minnesota's a young team. They've got I think they'll fix it up in the offseason. They'll be right back in the mix next year. But let's go Mavericks. Woo-hoo.
Yes, sir. And that's the thing too, is so Kyrie and Luka both ended up with 36 points. And now, like you said, they're going on to play against the Celtics, which is Kyrie's former team, one of them.
One of them.
And that starts on June 6th at 7:30.
Yes, sir.
I know you said you were talking about Dak, so I'm going to go a little bit off subject here.
Oh, boy. Hold up.
I read something the other day that piqued my interest. They said that they're giving Trey Lance a lot of reps. A lot of reps.
All right, so we'll get into that.
It's interesting. We'll get into that later, but I'm just for later. We'll come back to that.
I actually had something in
we'll circle back around that way.
and actually the women's college basketball. Not college, in women's the WNBA.
Oh, the WNBA.
So
Caitlin Clark won her game against the other first round pick.
Yes,
today.
and in that game, she was hard fouled so many fucking times
Yeah,
because there's
I will.
speculation that they were doing it on purpose because they believe that she was drafted first because she is white.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's hands down the dumbest thing I've ever
Like,
heard.
she broke records in college. That has nothing to do with the
Every
color of
record.
her skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not
I'm pretty
just
positive
that.
it was every
You're
record.
100%. And not just that. You're okay. Let me see if I can wrap my mind around this. You're throwing hard fouls, costing yourself money, costing your team chances to win, all because you don't like this woman because she was hands down the best college basketball player last year.
And not even just last year, in a long time.
For real.
Last 3 years. I mean,
And
really.
all because her skin is white. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yep.
It might be an unpopular opinion, but I think every person that's thrown a hard foul at her should be suspended.
I agree.
To make an example out of that, that kind of tomfoolery and stupid thug play won't be tolerated.
And it shouldn't
They
be.
should be grateful that she's bringing so much attention to the WNBA.
100%.
Dude, their viewership has gone up insanely.
I agree. She's bringing in views. She's bringing in dollars. Why are you upset about that? Like, I mean, you
Why?
weren't doing
Because Ice Cube didn't fucking invite you to his basketball league?
Get out of here. Anyway, going back to men's, I think it's going to be a really good series. Of course, we're all pulling for the Mavericks, but make no mistake, Boston is not going to roll over.
They will
and
not.
let them have it. I foresee this game going all 7 games, coming down to Game 7 to decide this year's NBA champion.
Who was y'all's picks for this?
Me and my boss were talking about this just the other day, and it is so close. It's so close to the chest to count.
Yeah.
It's so tight. Like, the numbers are so... They're microscopic. But I know people say that it's biased because, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan and whatnot. But I am going to say the Mavericks in 7.
I say Mavericks in 6.
Okay.
I'm going to go Mavs in 7.
I hope at least one of us is right, and it's the Mavericks, okay? Because now we're all going to look stupid.
I mean, you're not wrong. Because on one side we know the legacy of Boston, how dominant they've been, over the years, and like y'all mentioned, this is the Mavs' first trip to the finals since how long has it been?
2011.
Okay, so they have a lot to work for this. So this is like you said, this is too close to call.
Yeah.
I think it'll either be Mavs in 7 or Boston in 6. I think that'll be.
I can see that. Honestly, I feel like it's going to come down to who wants it more, because make no mistake, Jason Tatum is getting tired of playing second fiddle to everybody in the NBA.
Yep.
I feel like this is his year to prove that, that he's worthy of it. And it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a dogfight. Make no mistake, because the
100%.
Celtics are scrappy, the Mavericks are scrappy, Luka's scrappy. It's gonna be an exhilarating final.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one.
If Luka and Kyrie are on point, then it's gonna be crazy.
No doubt. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch gears now. We're gonna go into hockey. Who's been following hockey?
I've watched almost every game. So going forwards, we have the Panthers knocked out the Rangers today.
It's today.
So they will be going on to the Stanley Cup Finals, and the Stars are currently down 3-2 to the
Who are they down to?
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on this. The Edmonton Oilers.
Yes, the Oilers.
So they're down 2-3. They play a game tomorrow night. They would have to win 2 back-to-back.
So basically, it's clutch mode right now for the Stars.
Yes.
Win or go home.
Now, are these home games or away games?
You have one away game. The next game is away, and then their final game is at home. So they have to win 1 away and then 1 at home.
I would rather it be that way, though. Honestly.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. The Stars play better on the road, surprisingly.
Oh, okay. Well, then
But I think it's gonna be tough. I think they can pull it off. Do I see them doing it? Unfortunately, not, just because the Oilers have the fastest skater in the league, and he's just fucking insane. But it's really a toss-up at this point. I mean, if they can win this next game tomorrow night, their coach, Dubois, is actually undefeated in Game 7s in his career.
Ooh.
So that's... Yeah.
Be interesting to see what happens tomorrow night, and then if they can pull off the win going forward. No doubt.
Wouldn't it be wild if, like, okay, so the Rangers won, and then, if all Dallas teams won, that'd be...
That would be great if all Dallas teams won, but I think we know that's not going to happen.
No, not as long as Jerry Jones is in fucking charge.
I'm looking forward to this season, but I'm not.
I'm not.
Agreed. Well, we'll switch shifts to that here in a minute. We got one more topic to cover before we switch shifts to football, and we're putting football at the bottom right now because there's not a whole lot going on. So we're gonna go and switch shifts, switch gears to baseball.
Baseball.
I really wish I could find my New York Yankees hat to flash it at all of you.
Hey, the Yankees have probably the best team I've. Oof.
You got my man Aaron Judge chasing history right now, baby. He is like on fire. As of right now, Aaron Judge has 21 home runs this year so far.
Oh shit!
My dude is chasing history. They are on fire.
He's chasing his own record.
They are leading the East right now with a y'all ready for this record? With a record of 41-19.
That's tough.
They are killing it right now with Judge, Stanton, what's the other guy's name? The guy they picked
Soto.
up in the office. Soto, dude, I think they found a winning combination because those three are killing it right now.
Yeah.
So,
meanwhile, the Astros are
1, 2, 3, 4. The Astros are 4 from last in the American League right now.
They're 26-33.
Yep. So as of right now in the league, the American League, the Yankees are in first place with a commanding 2-game lead right now. They're 1 game ahead of the Cleveland Guardians. And over in the National League, the Phillies are killing it.
Yeah.
The Phillies are no joke this year. And then overall, let me see. Overall in Major League Baseball right now, the Phillies are sitting at number 1 at 41-18, with the Yankees closing the gap at half a game behind. We've got it. We are right there.
That's good for them. Honestly, like, I've been watching the Rangers games, and they've been getting blown out by teams they shouldn't. They've been winning against teams that they shouldn't. They're just very inconsistent. The only person on that team that's consistent right now is Corey Seager. He had 8 home runs in 8 games.
Corey Seager, man. Corey Seager's just out there doing Corey Seager stuff.
I mean, that dude's an animal. I mean, he's. And you know what has actually really surprised me was the home run leader this year, like as of a couple weeks ago. He's not now, but you know who it was?
Who's that?
Kyle Tucker in Houston, of all people. He was leading with 14 before Judge started going off.
Yeah, that is surprising. That is extremely surprising.
Yeah.
But so I'm sorry y'all's team isn't killing it. My team is killing it. I'm happy mainly because I get to rub it in my sister's husband's face because he's a diehard Astro fan and loves to talk shit. Well, he ain't talking nothing right now. I walk in her house and I look at him and I'm just like, Dime. I didn't think so. Which is also, conflicting because my mom and dad are Astros fans too. So, there's that.
And we have Texas Longhorn softball team killing it. Killing it.
Murdering.
That's all I'm
Absolutely
gonna say
murdering.
right there.
So what Rafe, or not Rafe, sorry, what Cody is referring to, for those of you who don't keep up with the college leagues, what Cody is referring to is with the women's softball team. The women's softball team had themselves a past couple games. They beat Stanford 4-0 in the Thursday's game, and then get ready to, grab your jaws before they hit the ground. They absolutely annihilated Florida today. Y'all ready for this? So y'all know how hard it is to put up even 1 point in baseball or softball. They annihilated Florida today 10-0.
God dang.
They called the game in the 5th inning. Granted, if a game is, they normally only go to the 7th inning, but if a game is close, they will go all the way to the 9th. They called this game after 5 innings.
Wow.
Little mercy
The
rule.
Lady Longhorns are on a quest right now, and it makes me proud to be a Longhorns fan.
I'd say Longhorn sports all around right now is
They won almost every single championship in Big 12 their final year there.
Yeah, exactly, which is wild. And, it's interesting we talk about baseball because I'm actually, y'all can't see it, but you can probably notice I keep glancing down and whatnot. I am actually watching the men's baseball game right now. It is Texas versus Texas A&M over in Aggieland. And they have gone into extra innings. We're in the top of the 11th, and it is 2-2. Now, we are in a little bit of a pickle right now because it's base is loaded with 2 outs. So, fingers crossed we can get out of this jam because, man, you guys are going to know if they lose because I'm going to lose my mind. Like, you might see me throw my phone and my iPad. But, so, both Texas baseball and Texas softball, doing their thing and whatnot. The women's softball is definitely the dominant brand right now. They are predicted to make it all the way to the Women's College World Series championship game. Fingers crossed, horns up wide that they make it. So we will see in the next coming days as the games progress from there. You guys got anything on those games?
No, I've watched like a few highlights and stuff, but I haven't really kept up with it much.
It was great to see the Texas softball team knock A&M out of the.
Yes,
indeed, it was
playoffs. It was.
Also, one
great.
thing that's not really sports related, it's esports related, but I just have to mention this because I am an Optic gaming fan. Optic won the Call of Duty League Major 3 championship last week or 2 weekends ago, and they played again today, and they won today as well. So my video game team is playing really well.
Nice. I did see that the other day.
Nice. All right. So everybody's been chomping at the bit. I know Cody has. I'm sure Rafe has got something to talk about, as do I. We're going to shift gears to our final topic of the night, football. Oh, I've been waiting all night. To talk about it. Granted, there's not much. Granted, there's not much going on in football right now. There's still some things that we would like to talk about and need to talk about. So, Cody, Rafe, Twin Magic, floor is yours. By all means, let's hear what you got.
I will start off by saying this offseason has been a complete fucking shit show. And that is a Jerry Jones thing. But if I would have to say, if there's one good thing to come out of this offseason is NCAA football is coming back to consoles.
That is,
I don't know.
true.
That
When
was
it comes to football, my main thing is, and I mean, you guys can, chime in on this after, but I feel like they're giving Trey Lance more reps because I think they're using that as basically like a Dak. If you don't get your shit together, we're going to him instead of you, and that's why they haven't. I think that's what's going to happen.
You think they're going to go to Trey Lance?
I think they're going to give him a shot. If it doesn't work out, obviously they'll draft somebody, but I don't know, because supposedly he's been looking really good with the reps that he has gotten. Obviously his practice doesn't matter, but I firmly believe that he didn't get a true chance.
Is that it? That's all you got?
Yeah, I don't believe he got
Uh,
not a fair chance.
My opinion on that is, I think, well, I just don't see, like, this far into his career, I don't see Trey Lance. He can maybe amount to a backup. I just don't see him being a starting quarterback. I don't know why, but I don't. And Dak, if he plays anything like he played last year, I mean, you can't blame the guy for the way he plays in the regular season, but he just does not get it done in the playoffs. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. If you can't win championships, I mean,
I will say though, it seems like the last couple of years the defense just almost forgets how to play in the playoffs too. So
that is true.
I agree. I think it's a team thing because even Micah Parsons is quiet in the playoffs.
But I do feel like the defense is going to be more beefed up this season with Overshown coming back, Agent Zero, baby.
True.
With Overshown coming back, they got that linebacker out of Notre Dame. He's pretty, brolicky. So, I mean, with them and with Deron Bland coming on as strong as he has, with Trayvon Diggs coming back, Donovan Wilson's playing lights out at safety. I mean, the
defensive line
the ceiling is a lot higher than the floor with that defense, as long as they can stay healthy.
I agree.
I think that whenever they made the hire for Mike Zimmer, I was happy with it. If it was anybody that they hired after they got rid of Dan Quinn, I was hoping it was going to be Zimmer, just because he's a very linebacker heavy coordinator.
Which is also good because they went and got Eric Kendricks.
Yeah,
who he's familiar with, and that's just a veteran presence at linebacker that they were missing with LVE retiring because of his neck issues and everything else.
Yeah, no doubt. Normally I have an opinion to make, but honestly, I don't know what to say at this point.
There's not a lot to say, really. I mean,
we haven't done anything in the offseason, plain and simple.
The only thing I can say or report on with Dallas right now is that both Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb have not reported for OTAs. No surprise there.
Oh, I did see something earlier.
What's that?
They were giving Deuce Vaughn reps in the slot in practice.
Interesting.
So I guess they're gonna start using him as like a gadget back, which I'm happy with. That's what I want for him, because I mean that little fucker's fast.
Yeah, he can fly. I don't know right now. The only thing I've gotten in the National Football League right now is and me and Cruz were talking about this the other day, and you guys chimed in as well. Saw this on Sports Center, and I went to Cruz to confirm. Mr. Gable Stevens, Olympic gold medal wrestler, who signed with WWE a little while back, has been signed by the Buffalo Bills to add depth at their defense. Cruz, did that come as a surprise to you?
It was, because I was very curious, because I mean, we all saw the news that he got released by WWE, and a little part of me always wondered, what was going to be the next step for Stevenson after WWE. Clearly, he found it. It's going to be very interesting to see what he does with the Bills. Obviously, they're not going to put him in right away and throw him in the Lions den. But we'll see what happens. I definitely feel like he might have the build for it for football, but I mean we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
I didn't see it coming, to be 100% honest with you. I thought he was gonna go sign with someone else, such as NA, AEW, or somewhere in the Indies, But honestly, seeing the way he wrestled in WWE, he just wasn't ready. Honestly,
What I think what would be insane is if he just happens to start wrecking shop in the NFL.
Oh,
that would be fucking wild.
I mean, it's a possibility because there was people in WWE that were in the NFL that didn't do well. Maybe he's going to be reversed. Maybe he didn't do well in WWE, but he's a great football player.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's potential. I mean, he definitely's got the potential. What?
Brock Lesnar.
Speaking of which, there's speculation that he might be coming back soon from a few articles I read.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them too. So I don't know. We'll see. If it does come back, I'm not sure what the plan would be for Lesnar. I honestly don't see who.
I know they wanted him and Gunther to feud.
Yeah, I remember Gunther had mentioned he always wanted a match with, I was one of his dream opponents was Brock Lesnar.
That would have been interesting.
That would be. It's a lot of beef in the ring. So we'll see. We'll see.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Exactly. Biggie would be excited about that match. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Brock Lesnar.
I think in the football world, it's a really slow off season this year. Honestly, for a lot of teams, there wasn't too much moving around.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
somehow the Eagles pulled some shit off.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck it up anyway.
For real. I mean, it's the
Jalen Hurts isn't as good as people think he is. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm starting to see a little bit out of Jalen Hurts, and I don't quote me on this because I hope he proves me wrong because I'd hate to make a mockery of him as well.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
Finally come full circle.
Let's think about it though. Carson Wentz was having a stellar season until that injury. Okay, gets injured, comes back. I told y'all this when they drafted this man. He's not the guy. And y'all were just like, oh no, he looks pretty good. I think he just had a minor setback. He still might be the guy. I got apologies from everybody. Because he wasn't that guy. He sure the hell was not that guy.
I mean, not everybody can bounce back after injuries like that. So
yeah. Now, granted, Jalen Hurts is not Carson Wentz. Okay, But it seems like the similar thing is happening. Started off hot, got a little banged up. Now he's playing like pure ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this? I mean, is this like the curse of going to Philadelphia?
Probably.
I mean, was who was it that won? Was it Nick Folk, right? Or
Nick Foles.
Yeah, Nick Foles. Was he the only one able to break that curse by winning that Super Bowl?
And he was a backup.
He was a backup. My man was a backup and did work.
I think so far, yeah, he was the only one to have not gotten seriously injured and actually make it all the way.
Poirier's nose is broken.
Nice. So again, I haven't really been following Dallas much. To be fair, they haven't done anything to warrant me following them. But I have been following. I have been following the Longhorns quite a bit, and they have been making some moves.
Oh man, the transfer portal, the people they got out of there, man, Jesus.
Son of a bitch! Fuck!
Uh-oh.
Well, you know who didn't win.
That's depressing.
Yep. Which means we cannot lose another game, or else we are out. Bitch. Sorry. Please excuse me. So anyway, I have been following the Longhorns this offseason a lot, especially with their some of their picks and or not their picks, but some of their prospects, and just to go over some that I've been seeing. Highly touted edge rusher Marco Jones has narrowed his college choices down to 3, placing Michigan, Texas A&M, and Texas in his list of 3.
Why A&M?
He boasts. I don't know, dude. Apparently, people think A&M is going to do something this year because they have a coach who's an offensive guru. Or no, not an offensive guru, a defensive guru. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, I just love hearing every year about how great everyone thinks Texas A&M is going to do, and then Texas A&M doing what Texas A&M does best.
It's the best part. Texas gets to murder them this year.
That's why they won. Or that's why they run from us.
So Marco Jones is an edge rusher. He is a 4-star prospect. He's considered the 15th best player in the nation. So that's something to keep an eye out. Like I said, Texas is in the mix for him, for his services next season. Let's see, who else? Give me a minute.
I know Joel Klatt was actually, they had who his top front runners were for Heisman, and he said Quinn Ewers was like his one or two.
Oh, dude, Quinn Ewers did phenomenal last year. Oh, this was, to me, was big, okay? So the article was, Texas scores a triple play in 2025. Okay, you guys ready for this? Okay. In a move that is turning heads in the world of college football, the University of Texas has secured commitments from not 1, not 2, but 3 high school football standouts in the same day.
Wow.
The commitments hail from the same family, the Coleman triplets.
Wow.
Devin, Jordan, and Isaiah Coleman, who have made a name for themselves at Cedar Hill High School in Texas, announced on Saturday that they will be joining the Texas Longhorns in 2025. Devin and Jordan are offensive linemen and will be joined by their brother Isaiah, who shines on the defensive line, rounding out an impressive trio on talent headed into Texas. These are triplets. These are 3 triplet brothers. 2 are offensive linemen, and 1 is a defensive lineman. And all 3 are heading to Texas.
That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
And so, just to give you some depth on this, okay, Texas's 2025 recruiting class already features notable talent such as edge rusher Lance Jackson, quarterback KJ Lacey, and linebacker Elijah Barnes. All right.
Bro, people are so fucking stupid. Why'd you push that fucking?
He sounds upset. So that's that happened just the other day, and it had me just completely excited because those are some really big names. And so Texas killing it in the transfer portal. They're also killing it by picking up recruits for next season. It's gonna be some good stuff to watch over the next coming seasons, especially with Quinn this year, and then all the wide receiver talent we bolstered, and then all the talent coming in the following season, hopefully premiering Arch Manning's debut, which is what I'm pretty sure all of us looking forward to.
And honestly, Texas moving to the SEC and playing all these other teams like Georgia, Bama,
I would say A&M, but we're just gonna bitch slap them around.
Yeah,
so.
and send them home crying again.
So the only other thing I have on football is, I don't know if you guys saw the announcement or not, but the Texas-Oklahoma game has been moved from its original starting time at 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. slot. So I was happy about that because it gives me a little bit more time to sleep in. So, I mean, I can sleep in a little bit, still wake up on time to catch the game. So there's that. We will bolster a hell of a season next year because our first move into the SEC, we get Georgia, we get Florida. We get Arkansas. We get a bunch of teams. I don't remember. I think they released the full schedule.
Michigan. We play Michigan next.
Michigan.
Yep.
Sorry, Michigan's not part of the SEC though.
No.
They'll just be like one of our first 3 games out of conference.
Yep.
But it'd be interesting to play them too. I know we haven't played them since our national championship day. So it'd be good to get back into Ann Arbor and beat up on them.
Like, who thinks that's a good idea? Who thinks
so that's all I got. We had a great talk. We covered some great topics. Aside from Jake losing his mind over there, anybody got anything else they want to add before we wrap it up for tonight, guys?
No, I think I'm good. Just everybody stay blessed, stay safe, and take care of yourself.
100%. We'll be back again next week. We'll have a whole bunch more to talk about. We'll have some more episodes of Raw and SmackDown. I'm sure we'll be getting into the hockey finals and then the NBA finals as well with the Mavericks and the Celtics. That's all I got for today, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in for another great episode of Unhinged and Undocumented. Again, I'm the big man Jimbo with the twin power Cody and Rafe. And, of course, our undocumented man himself, Cruz. We love you, man. All right, y'all be blessed. We out.
God bless.